Hi, meteorologist Don Paul here on Don Paul Weather Plus, my YouTube channel. Going to take a look at the rest of the weekend and a quick look ahead for the week ahead. This weekend is certainly no award winner by any measure, but it will not be a total loss. Any outdoor plans are going to have to be kept flexible since there are going to be a few rounds of showers. And here is, for example, the map depicted for the end of the day by Weather Service headquarters. And the concentrated shower and thunderstorm activity will tend to focus more on the southern tier. In fact, that's what's happening this morning. We've got some thunderstorms that have rolled through portions of the southern tier with just some very light showers or sprinkles elsewhere. Despite the coolness to the air and the clammy conditions, the Storm Prediction Center does have Western New York at a marginal 5% risk for severe weather. That means some of the ingredients are there, but absent any real heating, if we don't get a lot of sunshine to bubble up the atmosphere, I think any threat of lightning strikes will be confined mainly to the southern tier. And again, the marginal risk probably shouldn't include the Niagara frontier, in my opinion. This is from the Storm Prediction Center. Another nasty severe weather day from around St. Louis up into parts of Illinois. And let's take a look at the skies and the radar. And let's go back to satellite imagery. And if we look at the Great Lakes, you see several clusters of showers and thunderstorms, which should tell you immediately we're not looking at any all-day rains today or tomorrow, and a pretty good amount of rain-free time between this first cluster, which has produced the thunder and lightning in parts of the southern tier that I just mentioned, and the next cluster. And these are showing a little oomph over Michigan as they sink to the southeast. That's the basic motion, and that's one of the reasons I'm talking about the more organized activity being confined to areas south of the Buffalo metro area. So there are the thunderstorms that are now getting into Allegheny County, and this is 11:50 a.m. The next round gets here this evening, and we're seeing a little more activity just northeast of Detroit. This round will be here tomorrow morning. Space, rain-free. Space, rain-free. And then Sunday afternoon, should have mostly rain-free time. But it will be cool and breezy tomorrow, so no one's going to, if they're sane, be using their pools this weekend, unfortunately. They could be different for next weekend, though. And then on Monday, as we go over to our high-resolution computer model, let's switch this over to the highest resolution, and we'll check out first where we are now. And actually, the model has missed the morning activity in the southern tier. It's not showing it, and this is a new run. So, as I always tell you, models can be very good. They are not perfect. They still need human intervention to make use of them properly. Then we get through Saturday afternoon, and it's showing a little more activity well southeast of Buffalo, way down here in Allegheny County and points east. And then in the evening, some more action near the state line as we get to 6 p.m. in this model. More of the same, and maybe some strong storms here along the state line. And then as we get to 7, 8, this model is showing showers and storms reaching the Niagara frontier. I think it may be overdoing that. I'm not saying we're going to be rain-free, but the wettest part of Saturday will be Saturday evening when some of these showers and storms move across the area. This is 8 o'clock p.m., and then they thin out. Then when we get to Sunday morning, another round of showers and possible thunderstorms arrive ahead of a cold front. And at least temporarily, by the way, this cold front means business. Tomorrow's high temperatures only in the low to mid 60s, and maybe some sunshine in the afternoon to help. But even so, a brisk west-northwest breeze will be developing behind the cold front, and temperatures will begin falling through the 60s Sunday afternoon and into the evening. Then by the time we get into Monday, there could be a few. This is showing late Sunday, and you notice it's showing us mostly rain-free later on Sunday. So it will be cool and breezy, but at least no one's going to be getting soaked Sunday afternoon. Monday, the chilliest air mass in some time around here. Of course, it's temporary. It's going to be June 3rd. But we may well experience high temperatures no better than the mid 50s on Monday. The average high this time of the year is in the low 70s, so we get rooked again. And that chilly air could set off some instability showers, light ones, during the morning hours, mostly over the hills. You know what that is? Well, that's not getting here, but that is what you think it is. That's way up north in Ontario, although it does sink a little bit more toward the north country of New York State. And again, chance of a few showers due to the unseasonably cold air and instability. And we're still pretty cool on Tuesday, from mid 50s on Monday to low 60s on Tuesday, but there will be more abundant sunshine and less wind on Tuesday. And speaking of wind, the spacing of these isobars and the orientation from northwest to southeast, that suggests a high likelihood of Lake Ontario shoreline flooding developing late tomorrow, Sunday night, into Monday and Monday night. So bays and inlets are especially impacted. All five Great Lakes are at very high levels right now due to excess precipitation that occurred during the winter and the spring. It really is not connected nearly as much as some shoreline residents think with the International Joint Commission and how much water they can let out of Lake Ontario. There's a controlled flow, and they have a sworn, well, a duty to also protect residents on both shorelines of the St. Lawrence River, too, as well as the Lake Ontario shorelines. The lakes are not going to be going down anytime soon, and there is no quick fix for this, sorry to say, but at least when we get to Tuesday afternoon, the winds should be lightening up, and that will lessen the flood threat. Now, by Wednesday, we begin getting some moderating temperatures back. We may reach the low 70s. A warm front approaching us may set off a few showers or thunder showers, but doesn't look like widespread activity, and we should be in the mid 70s, maybe even the upper 70s by the time we get to late next week and next weekend. So at this very early juncture, next Saturday is looking a lot better than this Saturday, today. So try to make use of what rain-free time you can have. Yes, there is still no prolonged, real turnaround in this pattern that would give us a whole string of days with temperatures in the 70s and 80s. That's not in sight right now. And I have an article about our overall pattern for June in the current Buffalo News Online edition. Just click on the weather section, and there you will see it. So have a good rest of the weekend, and I will talk to you soon here on Don Paul Weather Plus. Please hit the subscribe button.